What it do, fam? It's me, Coach 67 Sports TV. Shout out to the awesome and amazing LDBC, Lions Den Broadcasting Community. Shout out to the Louisiana All American Sports Network. Shout out to M Vision Photography and Video. And shout out to the greatest university in the world, the Southern University, home of the mighty Jaguars. In this particular live stream, I'm gonna give a game by game breakdown for Southern University's 2025 football schedule. And the title for today's show, Southern's 2025 schedule breakdown. Can the Jags run the table in the SWAC? It's gonna be interesting to see how things, play out this particular season. So let's get ready, buckle up, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Jetty. Let's get it. All right. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's let's see who in the chat. Let's see who done dropped through early. Show a little love. Salute to the family. Motivation to be a millionaire. He says salute Coach 67. Chat and Jaguar Nation. Salute to your motivation to be a millionaire. Relax and calm rain. Salute Coach and chat. Let's go. Salute to Relax and Calm Rain. Salute to my brother Jared 11 Green. He says salute, Coach. Happy birthday to you and JB this afternoon, bro. Salute to y'all. Happy birthday, you dick. Salute to my brother Jay Good. He got the peace sign. He salute, man. Salute to my brother Jay Good. He said hit me on the text when you get time. Been trying to get at you. All right, bro. I got the new number. I'm gonna text you. Well, not a new number. I still got the old number, but I never had a chance to get the my primary phone fixed. I've been using the backup number or whatever, but I'm gonna hit you up later, you dick. So let's get ready to get into our breakdown for Southern University's 2025 schedule. We know that all of these teams, they starting to play, these big PWI schools to get a money grab game. But even with that being said, I think Southern University, I think they got a decent schedule. The question for me is, can they run the table in the SWAC? Which is something I think they only did once, if I'm not mistaken. But they still lost to Nicholls State, which kind of pissed me off. But even with that being said, let's see what the Jaguars going to do game by game. Of course, we know SWAC Media Day is coming up. In terms of the SWAC Media Day situation, instead of me just breaking down just Southern schedule, I'm gonna break down the entire SWAC that week, and then following that, we're gonna have another episode of HBCU Fanatics. So let's get it popping. Southern University's 2025 football schedule. I really came to say is week 0. Hell, it's before week 0. Southern against North Carolina Central in Atlanta, August the 23rd, 6:30 p.m. I was hoping I could have went to that game. It ain't gonna happen at this point, but it is what it is. Southern gonna play against North Carolina Central. North Carolina Central gonna be. We always know they play good defense. They're a physical team, an aggressive team in terms of running the ball, smash them out, punching them out. I think Southern University's defense is gonna be better than people think. I don't say better than people think because defense has carried them the last few years. But I think the offense, with the improvement that the offense has potentially shown, the Jalen Woods and the offense could do what they did in the Blue versus Gold 2025 Blue versus Gold spring game, I think they're going to be all right. Can Nathan Zimmer, be a good kicker, punter? Can Southern find a dynamic punt and kick returner? I think those are like the major question marks. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a close game. But initially, I thought, it's going to be early in the season. Going to even be before week 0, August 23rd. Hey, Southern probably going to struggle. Woo. North Carolina Central was going to win. But I kind of moved in a different direction. I honestly think Southern going to win this game. I think it's going to be a close game, like a 24-27 win in favor of Southern. So, first game of the season, I think Southern is going to beat North Carolina Central. Then, moving up to week 0, Southern going to play against Mississippi Valley. Terrell Buckley, my brother Jerry Loving Green, he wasn't a huge fan of Mississippi Valley firing Kendrick Wade. He felt like Kendrick Wade should have got a little bit more time to, really kind of turn things around in Mississippi Valley. But despite who you might have as the head coach, because I'm not going to lie, even as good as somebody like Fred McNair is, I'm not going to lie, I don't think even somebody like him would want that particular job. I mean, who knows? Maybe he would, maybe he wouldn't. But that's a tall mountain to climb at Valley. So Terrell Buckley, he going to have his work cut out for him. But truthfully speaking, I don't think he going to turn the program completely around overnight. However, I think they're probably going to make some strides in the right direction. I think Valley probably going to have an improved roster, in my opinion. But even with that being said, I still expect in week 0, Southern University going to beat the brakes off them. That's just my personal opinion. So I say Southern going to be 2-0. September the 6th, that's going to be the home opener against Alabama State. Honestly, Alabama State, they known for being a good defensive team. I think the issue is the quarterback situation. That's kind of been their Achilles heel, the last couple years, I don't know if Andrew Body is going back from what I'm understanding. That's the thing about it. Even if he does go back, is he going to be healthy? That's going to be the big thing. But I think the issue with them is their quarterback situation. I expect Southern to win that game too. So as we start out, Southern is 3-0. Then they go to Fresno to play against Fresno State. I'm going to keep it a buck. That's an ass whooping. Even though it's a money game, it's an ass whooping waiting to happen. So I don't expect Southern to win that particular game. You know what I'm saying? So, Southern probably going to get the doors blown off them against Fresno State. So that's going to bump them down to 3-1. Now, this is the big game. It's going to be early in the season. A game of this magnitude, I would like it to be later on in the season. But hey, September the 27th, JSU comes to A.W. Mumford. Last couple of times they came to A.W. Mumford, they won. Of course, not the last time, but the time before that, Shador. Southern pretty much led the whole game. I can't think of which receiver dropped a big catch that would have pretty much iced the game, but he dropped it. And then Shador let Jackson stay down. They took the lead with 1 minute and 30 seconds left. And then You know, Glenda Bob McDaniel tried to bring him on the field and take the lead and get the lead back and win the game, but he threw an interception on like the plus 20-yard line. Jackson State man caught the interception and he went down. The game was over. And I'm not gonna lie, that was literally the best game the entire season, that season. But of course, JSU tried to plant the flag at the center of A.W. Mumford. Southern Senior wasn't going for that shit, and you know they got the scuffing out there. And to me, the thing I didn't like was the fact that even though Jackson State won, it was the best game I saw that entire season. And even though it didn't draw as much negative attention as I was hoping it didn't draw. I was happy that it didn't draw the amount of negative because I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't care whether it's Southern and Jackson State and Alabama State. I don't like our SWAC schools having these negative incidents because in many instances, the negative incidents like overshadow the game, and in addition to it overshadowing the game, you know, it kind of paints, you know, HBCUs in negative. Like I'll just kind of give you an example. Like I've seen instances where LSU, like, you know, fight against like the University of Florida, Tennessee, or whoever, you know, they get the scuffing. Like they talk about LSU or whatever. It goes through a news cycle. You never hear about it again. Whereas on the flip side, I remember my freshman year at Southern and Prairie View fought. The two bands fought, and they fought their tail off. Man, I kid you not. And that's part of the reason why I can't stand like just mainstream media or even like local media in general. Man, WAFB and WBRZ, they played that fight between Southern and Prairie View bands. I'm not talking about like a year or two. I'm talking about years and years and years down. And I'm like, man, goddamn, how many times you gonna show us this? Like we know Southern and Prairie View fought. So what? Like, why you got to keep showing it? When it comes to LSU, it passes through a news cycle, and that's it. Whereas on the flip side, when it comes to Southern, SBCUs in general, you got to keep showing it and keep showing it and keep showing it. And I was happy that didn't happen. You know, Dion, he was like, hey, you know, he took responsibility for it. I don't know if that kind of helped, like squash things or whatever. But even with that being said, like it was an excellent game. You know, I would have preferred Southern win. But even with that being said, like, hey, Southern lost. And then I know they tried to plant the JSU flag at midfield at AW. But hey, if you hold on for them last minute and 30 seconds, you ain't got to worry about them trying to plant the flag because that group of players at Jackson State, they'd never beat Southern. When they came to AW and they beat Southern, that was the first time they had beat Southern their whole career at Jackson State. And they was happy, but you can't blame them. So they're trying to plant the flag. The seniors at Southern say, nah, F that. We ain't having it, you dig? And they got the scuffing. And, man, it ended up being a huge fiasco. But at least the news didn't hype it up. But in terms of this year's game, I think it's going to be a barn burner. I think it's probably going to, much like that game, I think it's probably going to be the best regular season SWAC game of the season. And I got Southern winning 28-27. I think it's going to be a close game. You know, we know Jackson State, they loaded at the wide receiver position. You know, Jackson State got a lot of players transferring from Power 5 PWI schools. They got a lot of big-time transfers. They're the reigning and defending SWAC champions, the reigning and defending Black national champions. So it's going to be interesting to see, like, is Southern as good as I believe and other members of Jaguar Nation believe they are? You know, Jay Good was saying, of course, Quiznover was saying games of 60 minutes. Jay Good was saying that Alabama State game should give insight as for what to expect in the JSU game, especially if Body's ready to go. That's going to be the major question. I mean, I wish Andrew Body well. I hope he can get healthy and stay healthy. Because, I mean, from a SWAC standpoint, I think he's a talent. I think he could be like a SWAC offensive player of the year type of player, but he can't ever stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at this point, you know, I'm not going to ever say he a bust because I think he a dog when he healthy, but he can't stay healthy, though. I mean, it's just, you know, Adrian Crook was saying that was sham for LOL. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I didn't like the way that whole JSU Southern game played out at the end. You know what I'm saying? Adrian Crook said,
That's what a decade of ass whooping and a knee on a hospital 1 yard line broke the little heart. Jay Good would say, Don, Don and BMT, you dig? Adrian Crook said facts. Adrian Crook was like, these was down on their back legs in the air before prime. One of the Jackson State fans won't admit it or not, that is a valid point, Christopher Duke said, won't even be close. Yeah, because we know these Jackson State fans gonna come in here, JSU by 40, JSU by 40, JSU by 40. Yeah, we know. I mean, but we gonna see Christopher Duke. Time gonna tell. Hey, either somebody gonna be right or be wrong. Hey, if I'm wrong, I'm willing to admit I'm wrong. If I'm right, well, hey, I'm right. Adrian Cook was like, they're not loaded. They got a PV scrub in the Valley scrub. Hey, man, hey. From what I hear, they said, man, the boy Savage, man, they said that boy, he got a point to prove, he left from PV, came to JSU, they said he gonna be ready to do his thing, you know what I'm saying? He said, boy, I know he lying. SU not winning that game. Stop capping. Hey, like I said, hey, time will tell. We shall see if Southern gonna win or JSU gonna win. So, can Jackson State come to Southern and win for a third time? Hey, we gonna see. You know what I'm saying? Time gonna tell. So, hey, we gonna see if it's cap or if it's true. Time gonna tell. Jay Gill said Cole, but yeah. So, hey, we're gonna see if it's fact or cap. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, Southern go to Bethune on October 11th, 2 p.m. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. I think, despite what people might say, I think Bethune better than people give them credit for. You never know. At some point, they might break through the glass ceiling. They're another team. I don't know what kind of NIL money they got, but they're another team that was getting some transfers from PWIs in Florida. So hey, it's gonna be interesting to see where they're gonna be. I think Southern gonna win, but I think it's gonna be a close game, to be truthful. Just like it was the past year. I don't expect it to go in 5 overtimes like it did this past season at AW, but I think it's gonna be a struggle. Prairie View, they come to AW for homecoming, October the 18th. I think it's gonna be a big game. I think Southern gonna get another big win. Now there's gonna be another one. This is gonna be a tough game. October the 25th. So in terms of Prairie View, just so we wondering, I think it's gonna be I'm gonna say 31-21 type win for homecoming against Prairie View. FAMU, man, Southern ain't beat FAMU in I don't know how long. So I think Southern is bound, is due. They do October 25th at 4 p.m. AW Mumph Stadium, Pete Richardson Field. I think Southern gonna finally get over the hump and they're gonna beat FAMU. I think that game there is probably gonna be like a 35-28 type of game. No, in fact, I'm gonna say 35-24 in favor of Southern. I'm not big on scores, but hey, my brother Jared Lovin Green, he said agreed. If Andrew Body is healthy, he's the best QB in the SWAC, in my opinion. I don't know if I'm gonna go that far, but he definitely, I'm gonna say second team all SWAC for sure if he's healthy. But that's the thing about it. Can he stay healthy? That's the major question. You know what I'm saying? Christopher Dukes was saying Andrew Body has done anything since being in the SWAC. I mean, but I think that's unfair, Christopher Dukes. The reason why I say it is because one, he was at TSU. All right, he was at TSU, and then on top of that, since he came to Alabama State, he'd have been hurt. So he might not have done nothing, but if he would have been in a better situation, if he'd have been at a Southern, if he'd have been at a Jackson State, if he'd have been at even PV, even if he'd have been at Alcorn, what Andrew Body would have done if he'd have been in a better situation, Christopher Dukes? So that's the question. The question will be, one, can he stay healthy? But two, if he'd have been in a better situation, if he'd have been at a Jackson State, he'd have been in a Southern, he'd have been in a Prairie View, he'd have been at Alcorn, what he would have done then? That's the question. So it ain't that Andrew Body ain't done nothing or he trash. I just think the situation he'd have been in is kind of, and even when he was at a better situation at Alabama State, he hadn't been able to stay healthy. So, you know what I'm saying? He definitely injury prone without question. But at the end of the day, I think to say he ain't done nothing in the SWAC, I think you're not painting a full picture of how good he could potentially be. You know what I'm saying? Joseph Davis said Bethune will be a dark horse team this season. Oh, without question. I mean, because that's the thing people don't realize. Man, Bethune got a lot of players from PWIs. You know what I'm saying? I think the thing about it is, I think that more their firepower is on the defensive side than on the offensive side. But I think if they could balance it out and get some good players on both offense or defense, both offense and defense, instead of them all being on defense, hey, it's gonna be interesting. Christopher Duke said Southern won't beat JSU or FAMU. Hey, time will tell, Christopher Duke. Time shall tell. Yeah, we know the last few seasons, the SWAC East have been better than the SWAC West. We're not even denying that. And yeah, JSU and FAMU done beat them. But guess what? Hey, like my coach used to tell me all the time, yesterday is history and tomorrow is a mystery. Hey, we just worry about the day, you dig? So this season, can Southern beat JSU and FAMU? Time will tell, Christopher Dukes. So I'm standing on that. If I'm wrong, hey, I'll be when they admit I'm wrong. But if I'm not wrong, then I'm not wrong, you dig? And Jared Levin Green was saying because he's injury prone. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Andrew Body, I think he's a talented player, but he damn for sure injury prone, you know what I'm saying? Like Anthony Davis, he made out of butter, you dig? But can he stay healthy? How many years he done been this way now? But this is gonna be his 6th year, I think, if I'm not mistaken. 5th to 6th year, 1 or 2. But hopefully he can stay healthy. I want him to do well. But as I always preface it, I want him to do well against everybody else except for Southern. and hey, if I told you anything else, I'll be lying to you. So, Christopher Duke said, I don't know, Coach, because Southern is always living in the past. Well, you see, that's the thing about it. A couple of Jackson State fans will say the same thing. I ain't even living in the past. I'm not worried about, because, a lot of people tell me this all the time for my particular channel. They're like, man, Coach, you always reliving the glory days from like 98, 99. And yeah, that's true. I'm not even gonna lie to that. I'm not gonna deny that. But as I done said before, 98, 99, those are like the best years of my life. Not just from Southern doing well from a football perspective and Southern dominating the SWAC or whatever. Hell, I feel like life in general, life was better, you know what I'm saying? You ain't had all this social media nonsense. I feel like the world was a better place from a pop culture standpoint. Look at all the good music, all the good movies. I feel like just overall across the board, life was better in 98, 99, So that's my personal opinion, But I heard like Ali Sadiq say this online. He was saying that like the early 90s was the best years of his life. I mean, of course, he's a little bit older than me, but from my personal perspective, I don't care what nobody say. 98, 99 is the best years ever. That's for me. So everybody entitled to their own opinion. I ain't living in the past. We talking about this season. So will Southern beat Jackson State and FAMU this season? Hey, I say yes, but like I say, time will tell. And so we don't have no misunderstanding. Ain't no, hey, shoulda, woulda, coulda, or hey, we did this, we did that. No, So I don't want to hear none of that. Southern quarterback room looking a lot better. In terms of, you got Jalen Woods, you got Jamar Jones, you got McCoy. Hey, the quarterback room set. The defense going to do what the defense do. Hopefully Nathan Zimmer is a punter and is a kicker. He can be, is a kicker. Maybe he can be like a Joshua Griffin. He can be a Carlos Leach. As a punter, he can be, maybe like a Ruben Beauplant or Matt Buzzhart. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But we just need a dynamic punt, kick, returner, and go with that. And hey, we're gonna do what we're gonna do. My brother Jared Levin Green, he said, Coach, what do you think about your former QB Zay T-Set to Grambling State? I'm not even gonna lie. Grambling State fans that I talked to, they like, man, shit, another mediocre quarterback. They was like, essentially they want somebody that's like a clear cut starter, a game breaker. In their mind, they feel like Zay T-Set is like a lateral move. They don't feel like he'll upgrade at the quarterback position. I think ZT said has a lot of upside and potential, but at the end of the day, you know, hey, Joseph David, man, salute to Joseph David. He said, living in the past, he said Christopher Dukes apparently slept through the Dawson Odom era. Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie. Hey, he might not have been able to beat Alcorn State, but Dawson Odom damn sure was 10 Jackson State ass. I ain't gonna even cap on that. Man, salute to my brother Big Joe Tom. Saying on LDBC business you did. He said, salute, coach. Man, salute, Big Joe. Merlin A said, JSU been trash. No Dion, no recruit, no championships. JSU will still be 3-8 every year. Southern ain't had a losing record in 9 years. Yeah, hey, that's a very valid point. You know what I'm saying? What goes around comes around. Hey, Joseph Davis makes a valid point. I mean, all of these rivalries are cyclical, you know. So Southern was up. Now they down a little bit. JSU up. But JSU fans, man, hey, y'all acting like, hey, JSU ain't never coming down. Hey, we gonna see. All right, here we go. My JSU people. Israel Carey, ED. Man, salute to you. The HBCU National Championships. Go whine somewhere else. Well, hey, Israel Carey, look, hey, like I said earlier, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery. I'm just worried about this upcoming season. You're not gonna hear me saying, hey, what would have happened if Jalen Woods would look, we ain't worried about none of that. We worried about this upcoming season. So if Jackson State able to get it done this season, no excuses from me. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, if Southern do what I believe Southern is capable of doing, then hey, we're gonna see what's up. You know what I'm saying? Merlin A, we got 11 at Israel Carey. Unstoppable 25. Merlin A, JSU high Dion and SU high Dooley. Stop with the foolishness, LOL. My brother Jerry Lover Green, he said, oh, so they looking for another Devontae Kincaid or Bruce Eugene. I think that's what they're looking for. I'm not gonna lie, like the JSU, I'm sorry, the Grambling fans that have been in my chat and the Grambling fans I just talked to in general, they're not moved by ZT said. They think like essentially what you're saying, Jared Lover Green, that's what they want. They want another Devontae Kincaid, they want a game breaker, they want like a star caliber player. They just feel like Zay is like a lateral move at best. They feel like he don't move the needle. I mean, I think ZT said has a lot of upside potential. But they might have a valid point. We're gonna see. I mean, y'all never know. Hey, ZT said might end up being like second team all SWAC. We don't know. So that's why I say we need to see, what things look like. You know what I'm saying? Christopher Duke said, didn't JSU take the all-time series lead? I think they did, Christopher Dukes, if I'm not mistaken. So, but continuing, after FAMU, I got Southern winning the close game against FAMU. Arkansas Pine Bluff, man, I'm not gonna lie, man. Pine Bluff just fell all the way off. I think Southern should curb stomp Pine Bluff. Another tough game, Southern at Alcorn State. This gonna be where the rubber meets the road. Just like, Southern got a little losing streak going against FAMU, against JSU. Southern ain't beat Alcorn State in Longman for a while. So it's gonna be interesting to see can Southern go to Alcorn and get the job done. Truthfully speaking, I think this coming year, I think Southern gonna be the cream of the crop in the SWAC West. I think Southern gonna go to Alcorn and they're gonna do something they hadn't done in a while. They're gonna go to Long Mississippi. They're gonna beat Alcorn. I think it's gonna be another close game. 20. I'm gonna say maybe 21-27 type win for Southern. Now the next game on November the 15th, AW Mumford Stadium, senior night. I'm not gonna even lie to you. This game against Texas Southern is a trap game because I think Texas Southern gonna be better than people think they're gonna be. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Texas Southern is gonna win the SWAC West, but I think Texas Southern is moving in the right direction. I think their program is gradually growing. So, I think, and that's another thing too. I don't know what it is, but senior afternoon, especially I remember when Southern played against Mississippi Valley a few years ago. Man, like Southern just came out flat. So it's gonna be interesting to see, but I think Southern gonna get the win against Texas Southern. And then of course against Grambling State, uh Bayou Classic, Thanksgiving weekend, November the 29th. Hopefully they got like a 1 o'clock kickoff, but it says to be determined. Hopefully they kick off at 1. Because I can't stand that damn 4 o'clock kickoff. I don't know about nobody else, but I can't stand it. I can't stand the 4 o'clock kickoff. I prefer the 1 o'clock kickoff. I think Southern gonna beat Grambling. Honestly, I think ZT Set gonna be a starting quarterback, in my personal opinion. And I think Southern they're not gonna dominate. I think it's gonna be like a kind of boring pedestrian game like it was last year. I think Southern probably win about 2 scores, and that's gonna kind of be it for that. Now, in terms of the SWAC championship game, everybody pretty much in the chat, y'all already know who I picked to be in the SWAC championship game. So we know who. I'm gonna break down the last couple games after SWAC Media Day 2025. But we already know the chat popping like usual. Merlin A said no Christopher Dukes. My brother Jay Good was like, "She, we want another Eric Rounder." For real, huh? I'm not gonna lie. I think Jalen Wood's gonna surprise some people, you know what I'm saying? Jay Good said good luck. Merlin A said Christopher is 37-35 in favor of Southern. Oh, all right, bet. All right, Israel Carey said, I think so too. Got my eyes on Texas Southern. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Israel Carey. I think Texas Southern gonna sneak up on some people this year. Because I'm not gonna even lie to you. It ain't like Southern went to Texas Southern and just smashed Texas Southern like they had to win that game in overtime, you know what I'm saying? So I think Texas Southern gonna be better than people think. I mean, we ain't just talking about just for Southern, we talking about for the whole SWAC. So I think it's a trap game, especially if you're a good team like a Jackson State, like a FAMU, like a Southern. Man, you just can't sleep on Texas Southern. They might not have Andrew Body, but guess what? I still think they're gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Jay Good said that Alcorn visit was horrendous. I'm not gonna lie. Last time they went to Alcorn, of course it was senior afternoon for them, and Alcorn was dirty as hell, spitting on Southern players, doing all kind of stuff. Alcorn to do it first, and then Southern to get caught retaliating. I'm not gonna lie, that was the only good offensive game Dooley probably called the whole damn season. The only problem was you had so many damn penalties, it didn't even make a difference. Like every time they have a good play, all Petrie the third, he had a few damn good plays, but they kept getting called back. So it's like, bro, Southern got to hold their composure, because really and truly, I'm not gonna lie. Alcorn State just beat the brakes off Southern that afternoon. But the thing about it was the penalties. It just kind of made stuff look bad. You know what I'm saying? And Israel Carey was basically saying Maryland A, that number doesn't look right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, y'all have to look it up while we still in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Merlin A said good. No, he said good. Look it up, Israel Carey. All right then. Just like the last live stream, hey, GSU and Southern up in here, you know what I'm saying? Our brother Jay Green said AJ Good 100. He said that's basically what y'all needed last year to win the SWAC. Was a star or competent QB way to make the offense consistent. Yeah, that's the thing about it. I'm not gonna lie. Noah was trash. Noah probably had one of the worst seasons I've seen. Pretty much any Southern quarterback. Shout out to my brother C. Wells, because me and him, we was on his channel. We was arguing about, who was worse of the three between Noah, Harold Blood, and late Marcus Jacoby. I still feel like Marcus Jacoby the worst Southern quarterback I've seen. And it ain't just because he's white, it was because he was trash. But I think the thing about Marcus Jacoby that helped him, I felt like his supporting cast, both on the offensive side, he had a savage offensive line in front of him. He had Steve Wolford at running back, and he had a damn good defense led by Ricky Harvey. So I think that's the thing that helped him. Of course, Southern had a savage defense with with Noah and with Harold Blood. And of course, you had a good running back. Yeah, you had good running backs. But I think the offensive line was much better with Marcus Jacoby than it was for Harold Blood and Noah Bottom. But both of them was trash. Really, all three of them was trash to me. You know what I'm saying? Joseph Davis said Christopher Dukes. No, the all-time SU versus JSU series record is 35-35. It would be 35-33 SU, but SU two SU wins have been vacated. Oh, all right. Yeah, I was unaware of that. Israel Carey said he will. He gonna look it up. Unstoppable 25. He said Maryland A. With what team SU has, will it be that close? SU's roster has nowhere near the talent GSU has. LOL. I'm not gonna lie. Unstoppable 25. I think that's the thing. I've been talking about the last few weeks. Jackson State has a lot of big time transfers from PWI, Power 5 PWIs. Unstoppable 25. But the thing about it is, Coach Graves and his staff, they've done a good job getting some of these sneaky good players, even though they might not jump off the page that you like. The Jackson State players, on paper, the Jackson State has a much better roster. But I think when it's time to get on the field, I think Coach Graves has done a better job, getting good little sneaky players like the running back, Preston McGahee from La Tech, and a running back from Jacksonville State, Mike Franklin. So I'm not gonna lie, on Stop 25. I think you might be sleeping with your eyes open on Southern roster. You know what I'm saying? And the main thing that's been holding them back the last few years last couple of years for sure, is the quarterback room. And the quarterback room is much improved. Israel Carey said, "Do you see?" Joseph said, "Maryland A." All right, Maryland A said, "Israel, those two games were played at GSU Law." All right, Joseph David said series record based on GSU versus SU first playing in 1929. All right. Maryland A said, Joseph, no, bro. It's 37-35. Take the two wins away. It's 35-35. So, I mean, yeah, y'all kind of saying the same thing. I mean, I don't know about the validity of the two vacated wins. I mean, either way, we know the series is closed. Maryland A said wrong, and he got in all caps wrong. Joseph Davis said, at Maryland, the teams have played 72 times, bro. Check your source. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's the thing about it. Anytime you use Google as a source, I don't know. Maryland A said, okay, 35 plus 35 equals 70, plus two vacated wins. 72 minus 72. So, yeah, so I think that's the thing. When you come down to the two vacated wins, I think that's really where it'll kind of tip it in favor. But either way, we know it's close. I'm not gonna lie, as a fan, as a SWAC historian, somebody that loves the SWAC, two vacated wins or not, I'm still gonna be interested to see. I'm interested to see is the potential improvement in quarterback play. Is that gonna be the thing to take Southern over the top? And I know Jackson State fans, they talking about like how much better the rosters, Jackson State roster is than Southern rosters. You got your boy from PV, Shamar Savage coming over. They got a lot of big time transfers from PWI Power Fives. So it's gonna be interesting to see like what the game looks like this coming season. You know what I'm saying? Israel Carey was saying, do you think you're beating GSU this season at Maryland A? Christopher Duke said, come on, Southern. Y'all get the math right. Oh my goodness. Kevin Walker said, this stuff goes in cycles. SU will be ready to play GSU. I say the same thing, Coach Kevin Walker. Man, shout out to Coach Kevin Walker, you dig? Maryland A said, yep, because y'all don't have Irv anymore, Israel. All right. Irv Mulligan, yep. Of course, he's not there, hey. Unstoppable 25, JSU is projected to possibly beat USM and is number 10 in the FCS poll, LOL. I mean, a lot of times projections don't go according to plan. Look at last year. Go back to the episode of HBCU Fanatics with myself and my brother Jerry Loving Green, and look how off they were. Hell, they predicted Alabama State to win the SWAC. So man, we can't go by projections and who gonna do this and who gonna do that. I mean, what you do on the field, that's really what matters. You know what I'm saying? Merlin A said Irv Mulligan was 75% of y'all offense. And Israel Carey responded by saying, "No, he wasn't." Didn't you watch the Celebration Bowl, Merlin A? Israel Carey saying South Carolina State made the same mistake, focusing on Irv. All right, we're gonna see. I mean, I'm not gonna even lie. I think defensively, I think South Carolina State and Southern built differently anyway. So I don't think it's gonna matter. You know what I'm saying? Southern is more, hey, we can get after the quarterback type of team, and we can have it. You know what I'm saying? Adrian Crook said, "Carry Irv was your offense." Hey, Southern fans believe in that Irv Mulligan played more of a vital role to Jackson State's offense than Jackson State fans want to admit. You know what I'm saying? So hey, Adrian Crook said, Jacoby and Morgan can't read defenses, boy, and he struggled in a SWAC championship game. Christopher Dukes got the thinking emojis. Jay Good said they were saying GSU was supposed to beat Monroe last year. Yeah, that's true too. ULM. Unstoppable 25 said, I guess Irv played on defense too. LOL. Yeah. Merlin A said, at Israel Carey, y'all played a very weak South Carolina State team. The team was undersized. Yeah, I mean, I think from a defensive standpoint, I think Southern defense definitely built a lot different than South Carolina State. Coach Kevin Walker said South Carolina State looked like they had been off for a month. Yeah. And Israel Carey said Jacobian is the cornerback. I mean, is the offensive player of the game. Stop it. So Israel Carey said Jacobian Morgan was the Celebration Bowl offensive player of the game. Stop it. And Israel Carey said, "Oh, now South Carolina State was weak." Hey, this is just like the last live stream. Like I said, man, I cannot wait for this season to get on and get popping. I mean, hey, we're gonna see. I can't wait until these two teams play head to head, because this how the last live stream was. J State fans came through. They represented to the fullest. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see. You know what I'm saying? Jay Good said, "Laugh out loud." Israel Carey said, "We laugh out loud." Adrian Crook said, "Irv did help in flipping the field along with the punter, putting your defense in a damn good position." Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like I said about Ruben Beauplants, I'm not gonna lie. Southern, they down for sure miss Ruben Beauplants last year, because guess what? Kenny Lee, fam, man, hey, he left a lot to be desired. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I ain't gonna bash him, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Jay Good say slightly, Israel. Yeah. So, like I said, I mean, it's gonna be, interesting to see how, things play out when these two teams, play head to head. Israel Carey said, "Yes, Irv was a part of our offense. We had a good QB and good wide receivers." Well, see, that's the thing, Israel Carey. I'm almost certain Southern fans felt like, Jacoby and Morgan was overrated. But I mean, either way, hey, y'all won a SWAC, y'all won a Celebration Bowl, y'all won a Black National Championship. But hey, we're gonna see, is Jacoby and Morgan gonna be an improved version of himself, or what? Adrian Crook said, "Your quarterback play was basic, boy." And see, that's another thing too. You know, I know a lot of Jackson State fans. They're definitely saying that Jackson State was a second half team last year, but some Southern fans believe that Zion McDonald coming in the game, you know, towards the end of the first half in the SWAC championship game, they felt like it kind of gave Jackson State offense a boost because they felt like Jacoby and Morgan, he wasn't getting the job done. Zion McDonald, he came in and he kind of gave y'all a shot in the arm and he gave y'all a spark, you know what I'm saying? And Adrian Crook said he threw in a double coverage often. Early A laughing emojis. Adrian Crook said, and y'all ran RPO, you know, run pass option. Israel Carey said, Southern also feels like they can beat FAMU, but we know that's not true. And of course, Israel Carey, you already know you're going to have Southern fans saying that y'all can't beat Grambling either. So, hey, if Southern can't beat FAMU, and they're going to say y'all can't beat Grambling, so, hey, we already know what the comeback is. They're going to say y'all can't beat Grambling, you know what I'm saying? I'll start with 25 C. You don't get to lose twice in the vet and call JSU quarterback basic. Well, I mean, like I said, in a stop of 25, I mean, he struggled like in the first half. We don't know if he would have played a good second half because he got hurt. And then in addition to that, like Zion McDonald, he came in and he played well, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't think y'all giving Zion McDonald enough credit for him coming in and him playing well in that SWAC championship game, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we know Zion McDonald was the backup and Jacoby Morgan was the starter. But guess what? Zion McDonald did contribute to y'all winning the SWAC championship. I mean, facts is facts. You know, Adrian Crook said, y'all start winning and fall off. 21, boy. Adrian Crook said, Kerry, fam, you started winning in the spring. Stupid. Christopher Dukes, he got the laughing emojis. Israel Kerry said, fam, you will beat Southern this season, and we will handle Grambling. I mean, hey, like I said, all this need to be handled on the field, Israel Kerry. Time will tell, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I like all the trash talking. You know, I'm good. Hey, I'm for the good back and forth. I'm for the dialogue. But at the end of the day, guess what? All these teams got to come through and they got to handle business on the field, you dig? Jay Good said, perfect storm for GSU. Zai in that SWAC championship game against SU. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Zai came in and he definitely gave the offense a shot in the arm. No two ways about it, you know what I'm saying? And Adrian Cook said, and he didn't throw one pass. He ran Wildcat. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. He some people were saying he was a glorified running back in that SWAC championship game, but hey, they got it done. I can't knock that, you know. Israel Carey said, you were not beating GSU with our halftime defensive adjustments at J Good. I don't think it was so much the fact that Israel Carey that y'all made adjustments. I felt like you know who he went back to being the typical trash play caller that he is. So hopefully he get his stuff together because I'm going to keep it a buck. As far as I'm concerned, if he don't get it done this season, he need to be demoted to like a running back coach or something. That's just my personal opinion. You know, I don't think it was the fact that y'all made defensive adjustments. He just went back to calling trash plays again. Instead of sticking with the passing game, and he went back to trying to line up and trying to punch teams in the mouth. He wasn't just going to line up and just punch J State in the mouth. It wasn't going to happen, you did. Hey, like my brother Doc Holliday, you know, of course, salute the HBCU overdrive. You was in the chat. Like he said, hey, JSU defense is defense. You got to scheme. You can't just line up and punch them in the mouth like you did Grambling and UAPB and all them other defense. You got to scheme Jackson State defense. Adrian Cook said, fam, you will beat D this season. Christopher Duke said, you won't bring up Grambling after this year. BTA. Man, hey, I can't see Grambling beat Southern in Bayou Classic. I can't see it. I mean, time will tell. I mean, hey, especially based on what Xavier and ZT said did last year. If he's gonna be the starting quarterback, yeah, I'm confident with our chances against them. Unstoppable 25. no one is disputing Zai's play, but to lose twice, so to take one of them O's out, to lose twice at the bet, and y'all called Jacoby and Morgan basic at the GSU beat everybody. It's hilarious. All right, hey, y'all the champ, y'all defending champs, y'all could gloat while y'all could. Adrian Cook said, FAMU will win the East, followed by Bama State. So Adrian Cook saying that GSU, y'all not even gonna win the SWAC East. He said, FAMU gonna win the SWAC East. So hey, we gonna see. Merlin A said, Israel Carey, we didn't even have our starting QB. That game would be a lot different. Merlin A said, we had our guy at that point, but he got a concussion in the Bayou Classic. He sure did. I don't know why they kept running the damn zone read with him, but at that point, you had the game in bag. Just keep running the damn ball. You know what I'm saying? Israel Carey said, so what? Y'all lost at Merlin A. All right. Unstoppable 25 said, fam, you can't even beat Valley. How they gonna beat JSU? Yeah, man. Hey, GSU repped out today. Hey, GSU definitely repping. All right, come on, let's keep scrolling, boy. These comments popping. Adrian Cook said, we was limited by the QB play. You have to protect your quarterback. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about it, man. Hey, we talk about how trash our OC was. At that point, you got the lead, you got the ball in the Bayou Classic. Man, why run read option with him? He ain't a running quarterback anyway. So, I mean, I don't know. That was a dumbass decision. But, I mean, hey, we'll see. And, of course, Jared 11 Green, hey, he just loving the banter. He loving the back and forth. He got the laughing emoji. Adrian Cook said he didn't play the whole game. So he talking about Jacoby and Morgan. He didn't play the whole game. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it definitely was it was a good first half. But, of course, the trash play calling, it reared its ugly head in the second half. And that was pretty much it, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I can't knock GSU. They won a SWAC. They won a HBCU National Championship. But, hey, let's see if they could do it again. And here we go, Avis Heat. Roughing the SWAC, you dig. He said these Negroes make the same excuses. Well, look, Avis Heat, look. See, we know you're going to come in here repping. We know you're going to come in here talking your ish. But guess what? When Jackson State comes to A.W. Mumford Stadium, Pete Richardson Field, hey, we need you live and in living color, you dig? So, ain't going to be no excuses. Hey, if y'all win it, I'm just going to say the better team won. But, hey, y'all got to show me. We ain't worried about the past, Avis Heat, because y'all, people like Avis Heat, y'all always talking about how, man, Coach 67 Sports TV, he living in the past. Talking about the past from 98, 99, and whoop. But, hey, we ain't worried about last season. Come on, show us this year. You know what I'm saying? So, ain't no excuses. Y'all just bring your ass to AW and let's see what they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? Dooley might be cooking again this year at the vet. Jay Good, yeah. Avis, he said T-Set is just as good or better than Woods. Man, get the hell out of here, Avis. Well, if that's the case, then guess what? Why Jalen Woods took his job then, Avis? Why did Jalen Woods take his job? That's all I'm asking. If he just as good or he better, why he took his job? So, I mean, it is what it is. So, I mean, it is what it is. And Avis, he said, Woods didn't even start until mid-season. No, actually, it was really toward the end of the season, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Avis, he said, your best quarterback was Noah Biden. Hell no, he wasn't. If that's the case, then guess what? Why you had to hit the portal? Hey, time showed who was the best quarterback of the three. And that's the quarterback that's still there. So, I mean, Jalen Woods, he earned his stripes. He beat him out. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. He beat him out on the field. Adrian Cook said, Avis, you never played or attended Jackson State. Dang, Adrian Cook. Coach Kevin Walker said, Coach, they're not coming. Hey, that's all I want. They holler, but we don't come to the vet. So, hey, just come to AW. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Merlin A said, Ed Avis only knows about women's basketball. Come back after football season, Avis. Yes, indeed. Adrian Cook said, you don't know football. Yeah, he telling the Avis he still. Hey, they on your helmet now, Avis. Southern doesn't have nothing special. Just a basic ass team. Well, time gonna show it if we just got a basic ass team. Hey, we gonna see. Avis he said, you ain't gonna do nothing but make excuses after another loss. Like I said, Avis he time gonna tell. We shall see. All your quarterbacks were about the same. No, like I said, time it showed over time that Jalen Woods was the best of the three. You know what I'm saying? Even if we just gonna say if. All right, if Jalen Woods don't pan out, Jamar Jones he played well in the spring game also, and then you got McCoy coming from JSU. Hey, the quarterback run better this year. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna make the difference. Adrian Cook said Noah plays D2 football like Zai. Christopher Duke said, will Coach Graves continue to support the boom? Man, cut it out, Christopher Dukes. Avis, he said, Biden was your best quarterback. You just weren't patient enough to develop. Hey, Avis, from the time he started the year before in the Bayou Classic, he had more than enough time. He didn't develop because he ain't that guy. If he would have developed, then hey, we'll be having a different story. He wasn't the best quarterback. It showed over time that he wasn't the best quarterback. Avis, he said, you're trash facing. Hey, we're going to see when y'all come to AW month. Avis, we're going to see. We shall see. Donnie Page said, Avis, if Biden was better than Woods, then you are selling us a lake in the Sahara Desert. Salute Donnie Page. Avis, he said, we would have won if he had scored more points. We would have won if he had scored more points. All right. I see what you're saying, Avis. Adrian Cook said GSU basic ass backups. Israel Carey said Dukes LOL. Avis, here we go. Avis, if Woods is your best quarterback, that means you're trash. And guess what? Time gonna tell, Avis. Time shall tell. All our linemen coming back too. So hey, Adrian Cook, the same backups that at Southern, so basic. Dumbass. Adrian Cook said, F the boom basic ass. Hey, just like the last live stream, hey, man, y'all turning up big time. Avis, he said, if your top three quarterbacks are Woods, Jones, and GSU third string QB, that means you're trash. But like I said, Avis, time shall tell. Because guess what? Hey, like somebody said in the last live stream, Jalen Woods didn't even play against Jackson State last year. So we're going to see what he's going to do when he play against y'all this year. You know what I'm saying? Merlin A say facts at Adrian Cook. And Adrian Cook said Woods scored on nickels. See, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to keep it a buck. I think Coach Gray should have came to that realization last year that, earlier during the season that Woods was the best guy. But, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's a year later. He said, Coach, that shoe's trash. Stop selling folks these bogus ass dreams. Like I said, Avis, time gonna tell. Christopher Dukes, he laughing out loud at Avis. Merlin A just got a room full of QBs with zero experience. Well, I mean, actually, Merlin A, that's not true. I mean, Chandler Woods, he came in and he won in 5 overtimes against Bethune with our trash SWAC officials. In addition to that, he beat UAPB. And then he won a classic. So, I mean, he got some experience. I mean, all the games he started, he won. So, I mean, hey, that's all you need. Adrian Cook said, McCoy was a JSU starter that got hurt. So, Adrian Cook, hey, some people saying the same thing. Hey, McCoy was a JSU starter that got hurt. So, I mean, we're going to see. It is what it is. Adrian Cook said he's talking about JSU. So I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, we're gonna see if JSU gonna, they gonna do what they did last year. But based on what I saw during the 2025 Blue versus Gold spring game, I'm confident in my Jags. So we gonna see. You know what I'm saying? And Merlin A said, "Oh, I'm talking about JSU QB. All right. I got you. But I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, we're gonna see. It's good dialogue, it's good conversation, it's good banter leading up to the season. But I can't wait until JSU, come to A.W. Mumford Stadium so we could smack them on the field, and so the human jukebox could smack the Sonic Boom on the South in the halftime show. Be sure y'all bring y'all band too, you know what I'm saying? Because some of these SWAC teams, they hit or miss with their band. So bring y'all band so y'all could lose twice, in one evening. He said, I don't need time. I tried to tell you years ago that Bubba was your best QB, but you was talking about McCray. No. See, Avis Heat, if you're gonna get it, you're gonna get it right. You gotta get it right. I was always a proponent that Glenn Bubba McDaniel was the guy, you know what I'm saying? He was the best QB. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's the only reason why they won that game, because Dooley was stupid. He wanted to stick with Bashawn McCray, the glorified running back playing quarterback. I said that then. Hey, if you don't believe me, go look at the old videos and the old live streams on my channel around that point. So I was saying it then, you know what I'm saying? He said, quit lying to these people. Man, look, hey, like I said, ABC, time shall tell. When y'all come to A.W. Mumford Stadium, we're going to see who lying and who not. Johnny Thornton said, what are your Jags going to do with North Carolina Central and why? We're going to whoop their ass when we go to the line. That's what we're going to do, Johnny Thornton. We know you was in C. Wells chat, talking how North Carolina Central going to do this to Southern, they're going to do that to Southern. Guess what? We're going to kick their ass too, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to go to the line and we're going to beat up on them. Hopefully we beat them and we get to see them again in the Celebration Bowl, you know what I'm saying? As he said, that's what you really want to talk about. Band, because you just a band school. Well, guess what? If we such a band school, Avis Heat, then why we don't want so many SWAC championships in football? I mean, last time I checked, Southern beat Jackson State in the first SWAC championship, you know what I'm saying? Coach Kevin Walker said, Dooley F that up. Man, that's the thing about it. If it was just me saying that, I would say, all right, cool. Literally, the whole section I sit in 8E. Man, we have been calling for Glenn Bubba McDaniel to start pretty much most of the season. After that Texas Southern game, we were like, man, all right, man, you need to pull this boy. We know that's your guy. You want to stick with him. We didn't know that was the guy in. I think a couple people behind the scenes that really close, they knew, like, oh, yeah. He said, Johnny Thornton, no shit, North Carolina Central gonna dog. Man, you must be crazy. And no, it ain't happening yet, dude. Avis, he said, I just tuned in 5 minutes ago. I bet you told the people that SU is gonna start out 5-1. I did. That's exactly what I said, Avis. That's exactly what I said. I'm glad you know. Chris Noah said, stop praying, man. LOL. Nah, we ain't praying. We ain't praying about nothing. Like I said, when y'all come to A.W. Mumford, we shall see. Time shall tell. Hey, I'm not even worried about what happened last year, the year before that, the year before the year. None of that. Hey, we're going to see when y'all come. Hey, that's all I want y'all to do. Because y'all complaining about, man, why Southern fans didn't come to the vet. Hey, y'all come to A.W. Mumford, we're going to see what's good. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got to say. Avis, he said, I bet you told people y'all going to beat JSU and fan. You damn skip it. Hey, that's the plan. Christopher Duke said Southern is considered a band school nowadays. No, maybe to y'all, but guess what? Last time I checked, Southern girls won the regular season SWAC championship in basketball, and they won the tournament championship. The boys won the regular season championship. They got upset the first time they played in the tournament against Grambling, but I mean, Southern had a good season across the board in all sports for the most part. Avis, he said Southern has won one SWAC championship in the last 20 years. That's all right. We finna win one next year. How about that, Avis? And Adrian Cook said, and national champions that only has one. Avis, he said, you're a band school face it. We gonna see Avis, he. Time shall tell. Adrian Cook said that has won one national championship in the history. Avis said, exactly. Start selling these people pipe dreams. Man, like I said, Avis, time shall tell what's pipe dreams and what's reality. You know what I'm saying? He said, Southern garbage, your team is garbage, coaching staff is garbage, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Johnny Thornton said, Coach, I like you. You stand on all 10 and you don't run from any slick talk. Y'all from me or anyone else regarding the Jags. Without question, I'm standing on business. So, like I said, Avis, he just need to accept it. Guess what? I walk through game by game predictions. Now, if I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm willing to acknowledge I'm wrong. But I don't see it. I don't see it being wrong. I'm standing on my square. Hey, standing on business with it. You know what I'm saying? We taking on all comers. The quarterback room has improved. Our offensive line coming back. We got a big physical running back coming from Jacksonville State. We got the reigning SWAC co-defensive player of the year. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Merlin A said SU owns JSU head to head in every major sport. Go back to sleep, Avis. Avis said, how many tuba players you got coming back? That's the important thing to SU. Quiz Nova said BS. All right, Quiz Nova. Avis, he said, he don't stand on all 10. He's lying. Like I said, Avis, time shall tell, buddy. We gonna see. So guess what? I'm letting you know now. when Southern smack JSU, I want you to be the first one to say, guess what? He said he's not realistic. He's selling pipe dreams. Time will tell, buddy. Time shall tell. And Adrian Cook said, and one from Tech Coach. Yep. Oh, yeah. The running back, Prince McGee. Yeah. But I'm not gonna lie. I mean, based on what the OC won't do, of course, he the prototypical Southern University running back. All of these third down backs Southern had like over the years. But if he just want to punch teams in the mouth and just ground and pound, then guess what? Hey, Merlin AC, JSU is a men's golf school, and they're all white. Oh, all right. Resiliency, yeah. Y'all welcome for an upgrade and y'all QB room, I guess. Yeah, but I mean, he probably gonna be third string. So I mean, Wood's gonna start. Jamar Jones will be the backup. He probably gonna be the third string. You know what I'm saying? Quiz Nova said your talent level is light years behind GSU. Like I said, Quiz Nova, guess what? GSU has a much better team on paper because y'all got all these transfers from PWI Power 5s, but guess what? Is that going to result on the field? Is that going to translate on the field? So, I mean, I'm just saying. Is Shamar Savage going to be like the offensive player of the year or something? Come on, man. Hey, we going to see. ABC said, you're lying. You know you're lying. Like I said, hey, on this channel, while you're on this channel, go look at them clips from the 2025 Blue versus Gold Spring game. Go look at them real good, ABC, because you're saying Jalen Woods was trash. Go look at the clips. I'm a coach. I look at film. So go look at the film. No, I don't hear nothing but what this and what that. Because Nova said there's no one other than Kelby Gibbons. He wanted to put Gibbons that will see that field at GSU. I mean, hey, he's the SWAC player of the year for a reason, but I mean, hey, we'll see. Coach Kevin Walker said, Coach, you'll be in Atlanta. No, unfortunately, I won't be Coach Walker. But, I'm definitely going to be tuned in. But now I'm not going to be live in living color, you know what I'm saying? He said, who cares if your line is coming back? Your line was garbage. Yeah, our line punched a lot of teams in the mouth, but that's another story. You would have said something if you said you had And all new line. Adrian Crook said, Quiz Nova, who told you that Tiger talk in their articles? Y'all that. And Avis he said, Jalen Woods is average at best. Go look at the game film. Y'all keep saying that. Guess what? Jalen Woods is undefeated as a SWAC starter. Jalen Woods' best days, on his best days, he average. Well, guess what? He undefeated SWAC quarterback. I mean, hey, that's good enough for me. Adrian Crook said, you got a boy that got 18 yards against him. I'm assuming he's talking about Jacoby and Morgan. But I'm getting ready to shut it down, you dig. Man, I appreciate everybody that came through and showed some love. Tomorrow, same time tomorrow, we got episode 48 of, let me rephrase that. If I get Rude Dog on the right page, if Rude Dog gonna be available, we're gonna do episode 48 of Bayou Sports Talk. We're gonna talk about a little LSU. We're gonna talk about some Saints, garbage ass Saints, Pelicans, whatever you want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Avis he said undefeated by barely beating Bethune. Well, actually, he didn't start against Bethune. Avis he came in off the bench and he saved the same quarterback that you was talking about, ZT Set. He came in and he replaced him, who's having a mediocre and pedestrian game. He came in off the bench and he got us the dub. He had to do it in 5 overtimes, but of course, the trash whack officials kind of helped contribute to that. But he still was able to pull it out the fire. So yeah, he beat Bethune, he beat UAPB, and he beat Grambling. So I mean, he undefeated. Quiz Nova said, "Keep hope alive." I like that, Quiz Nova. I like that. All right, we're gonna see time should tell. Adrian Crook said, Avis, y'all cheated to beat Bethune last year, the year before, boy. Avis, he said, 5 overtimes against Bethune. Stop it. Well, you gotta realize he didn't start the whole game, Avis. If he'd have started the whole game, it wouldn't have came to that. But I mean, it is what it is. And he was like, wow, 5 overtimes to beat Bethune. All right, Avis, we hear you talking. Christopher Dukes, he got the laugh out loud emojis. Avis, he said, that's a murder's row. I mean, hey, time should tell, Avis. Adrian Crook said, and y'all stole UAPB playbook. He said, I know a coach that lives in that area. So basically saying, y'all stole the playbook. Quiz Nova said, hope is not a strategy. Hey, you're right. Hope is not a strategy. You got to actually, get on the field and actually make it happen. You did. Roland AC, twice SU lost in the vet. Twice. And crying. Stop it. Like I say, unstoppable 25. Time shall tell. We gonna see. Yeah, dig. Adrian Crook, say coach. Oh. All right. But I'm getting ready to shut it down. Quiz Nova State, stop hating. Stop hoping. Stop hoping about what? Like I said. Quiz Nova, y'all come on to AW and we're gonna make it do what it do. Let's see. I mean, it's to the point now. Yeah, shoot, y'all repping hard, but y'all did y'all thing last year. I'm not even gonna deny y'all that. I'm not gonna take that from y'all. However, can y'all do it again? Like I said, time will tell. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, tomorrow, episode 48, Bayou Sports Talk. If I get Rude Dog at a decent time, and then in addition to that, leading up to the SWAC Media Day, I'm gonna do a live stream, and then after that, after that, myself and my brother Jared Levin Green, another edition of HBCU Fanatics. I'm gonna catch y'all on the rebound. Y'all have a blessed and phenomenal evening. Peace and blessings. And go Jags. Yeah, go Jags.